part one with Renaissance School of Athens and the High Renaissance. Now let's shift and wrap up here, sticking with the human figure. Okay, Venice of the 1500s is going to be completely different from what we just saw at the Vatican. It's going to be about beauty and color. So this is a Venetian work of Venus of Urbino, and there it is. It's about beauty. It's not about religion. It's about the body. She's a goddess, so it's okay. And the colored oil paint, very clear with the Venice works here. Venus of Urbino, classical nude, the incumbent nude. Another style that's going to pop up right after is called Mannerism of the 1500s. It's basically the opposite of the High Renaissance. Entombment of Christ, it's a Mannerist piece by Pontormo, and it's a religious work, but it's coming out of the religious chaos of the Reformation, and it's weird. It's the opposite. It's off-center. It's chaotic, odd colors, strange faces, odd proportions. It's the opposite of the Renaissance. So stability, Christ, triangle on the Renaissance, chaos, instability of the Mannerism. The bodies are elongated, the colors are weird, the poses are weird. Just think of it as the opposite of the High Renaissance. Northern in the 1500s, there's one to be aware of, Adam and Eve by Durer. He's the Leonardo of the North. He studied in Italy. So in the North, he's got the dark Gothic vibe, but the body is naturalistic with contrapposta. He was connected to Rome. That's why he's the Leonardo of the North. Baroque, Southern Baroque. Okay, the keys to this, it's the Catholic comeback. It's religious art. After the religious wars, the Catholics wanted to make their comeback, so they're going to use drama and emotion and dynamic art and diagonal lines very much like the Hellenistic. So Baroque is going to be in the north here, in the south of the Counter-Reformation. Art of persuasion, they're going to use art to make people feel God. Il Gesù is a church, but we want to focus on the ceiling painting, and it's very Baroque here. This is Renaissance on the left, and on the right, that's Baroque. It's the ceiling of the church. It's dynamic. You look up, you see people flying up to heaven. Diagonal lines, and drama means you feel it. We love the Sistine Chapel on the left, but the drama and the heart is much more there on the right, and that's Baroque style. Emotion, dynamic, diagonal at that church ceiling. Caravaggio, huge Southern Baroque artist, and what he does, Calling of St. Matthew, is he uses tenebrism, and that's that bold spotlight, and he takes us to a spot with these really scary characters, and Jesus points at him and says, I will save you. It's a moment of salvation here. And remember, these are religious works. So this is redemption. Even the lowest can be redeemed here. And it's a lot like, think of the Sopranos or gangsters or scary people with weapons who turn their life around. So, and his key thing is tenebrism. It's that bold spotlight. There's Jesus pointing right there at him. It's a moment of conversion. The light is bold and dramatic. He appropriates from the Sistine Chapel that point, puts it here as he points at him. So that's Southern Baroque art, okay? Then this has a Baroque style with the spotlight there, just to be aware of. Flanders is a guy named Rubens, and this is Henry receives a portrait of Marie Medici. All right, this is Rubens. He's also Baroque, diagonal, dynamic, drama. But for our purposes, this is kind of a fun paint. This is a series of paintings where Mary Medici wanted this king to marry her. So she paints a whole series of paintings about how he should marry her. It's dynamic. There's a lot going on. It's dramatic. You can feel it. And it's diagonal lines of Rubens, so it is Baroque. Okay. Velázquez is Las Meninas. He's in his own league here. Amazing painting. He's painting the royal family, but boy, does he do it in an original way. We don't know who he's painting. Is he painting the princess? Is he painting the king and queen? Is he painting himself? Very creative work here about perception and a painting of the royal family. Velázquez, amazing artist, Las Meninas. All right, then Northern Baroque is the Dutch, Protestant, very different, mostly about portraits. It's not religious art, it's portraits. So in the north there you have the Dutch, and we have portraits like this, and our first one is Vermeer. Key to Vermeer is private, intimate, intense quiet, beauty, having a moment here. This is woman holding a balance. She's reflecting on life, on money, on religion, on purpose. A private moment, beautiful painting, Vermeer, Northern Baroque. And often he has women in a private moment, Vermeer. Rembrandt also does portraits. He's big with mood and light and shading. This is self-portrait with Saskia. That's him with his wife. You can see with the shading, he kind of captures the mood here. He's a very famous portrait artist, Rembrandt, Northern Baroque. That's him doing a group portrait of medical students. That's him doing his self-portrait. He keeps it real like Bob Dylan, just captures the truth and the essence, humble and simple and true. Fruit and Insects comes in with science, and Fruit and Insects is about beauty and science, connects to the idea of transience, that where you can't take the material world with you. Things won't last forever, but this is really about beauty and science. And then neoclassical will do it. Now, the theme of the female nude. Basically, really quick, the female nude is going to go forward with Grande Odalisque, which is 1814, which is also about beauty of the female nude. And this goes back to the salon where you have finished clear paintings, and she connects with Venus of Urbino. Then a big change is going to come with Olympia by Manet. He's going to really change things here. He's going to break the rules of art. So he's going to say, he's going to violate the rule of like modeling and beauty. She is not modeled. She's more real, and he's going to be a rebel. And he's going to be the first modern artist who's going to challenge the idea of the traditional art. It's not ideal, it's not modeling, it's very, very real. That's Olympia. Then Picasso is going to go in the 20th century and just shatter everything. These are prostitutes staring right at you, so he takes the human figure and shatters it like broken glass. And so his human figure of the woman is very different from Venus of Urbino. And they stare right back at you, fractured and scary. And then Cindy Sherman is a contemporary artist, and she explores women's identity through the media. So what does that mean? It's a photograph of her looking kind of phony, and she kind of will take things from the past, like the head tilt of Venus, or the head getting cut off in this painting, or women's images in movies, and she'll put it together in a photograph. So her portrayal of the woman is actually a photograph, and it's very different from the traditional Renaissance female. Okay, that is a wrap on the Renaissance and the human figure.